The Blue Lotus isn't just another Tintin adventure. It is a groundbreaking story that forever changed the course of the series. This tale dives deep into complex themes of international politics, cultural conflicts, and personal bravery, setting a new standard for comic book storytelling. Welcome to the world of The Blue Lotus, a story that marks a pivotal moment in Hergé's career and in the Tintin series. First published in 1936, this adventure takes Tintin to the heart of Asia, where he becomes embroiled in a web of intrigue, espionage, and cultural tensions. Unlike earlier stories, The Blue Lotus reflects a more mature and informed perspective, as Hergé sought to depict China with authenticity and respect, inspired by his collaboration with Chinese artist Zhang Chongren. This story not only introduces new characters and settings, but also delves into deeper, more nuanced narratives. In The Blue Lotus, Tintin travels from India to China, where he uncovers a conspiracy involving drug smuggling and political intrigue, all set against the backdrop of the Sino-Japanese conflict. The story follows Tintin as he navigates the dangers of Shanghai, makes powerful allies, and confronts corrupt officials and gangsters. Along the way, he discovers the true nature of loyalty, courage, and the fight for justice, making this adventure one of the most compelling and socially conscious in the Tintin series. The Blue Lotus story begins with Tintin leaving India and heading to China at the invitation of his friend Chang Chong-chen, a young Chinese boy he rescued in the previous adventure, The Cigars of the Pharaoh. Upon his arrival in Shanghai, Tintin quickly realizes that he's entering a world fraught with danger and deception. The city is under the shadow of Japanese occupation, and tensions between China and Japan are escalating, creating a volatile atmosphere. Tintin finds himself in the crosshairs of various factions, each with its own agenda. Tintin's investigation begins when he learns about a mysterious opium smuggling ring operating out of a place known as the Blue Lotus. As he delves deeper, he uncovers a complex network of criminals, corrupt officials, and even Japanese spies. Tintin's bravery and quick thinking are put to the test as he faces constant threats from the sinister forces controlling the city. In one tense scene, Tintin is captured by Mitsuhiro, a Japanese agent and the main antagonist of the story, who tries to use him as a pawn in his larger plan to incite conflict between China and Japan. However, Tintin manages to escape and continues his mission to expose the truth. Throughout the story, Tintin's friendship with Chang Chong-chen plays a crucial role. The bond between the two characters highlights the theme of cross-cultural understanding and solidarity in the face of adversity. Chang, who is initially distrustful of Westerners due to the negative portrayal of foreigners in China, soon becomes one of Tintin's closest allies. This relationship is particularly significant because it mirrors Hergé's own experience with his Chinese friend Zhang Chongren, who helped him understand Chinese culture and history, leading to a more accurate and respectful depiction of China in the comic. As Tintin gets closer to dismantling the smuggling operation, the stakes continue to rise. He discovers that the opium ring is being protected by corrupt officials within the city's government, who are in league with Mitsuhiro. The Blue Lotus, the opium den at the center of the conspiracy, becomes the focal point of Tintin's investigation. In a climactic sequence, Tintin infiltrates the club and gathers the evidence needed to expose the criminals. However, the danger is far from over, as Mitsuhiro is determined to eliminate Tintin before he can reveal the truth. In the end, Tintin's perseverance pays off. With the help of Chang and a few loyal allies, he is able to bring the criminals to justice and thwart Mitsuhiro's plans to incite war. The story concludes with Tintin and Chang reflecting on their journey and the importance of friendship and mutual respect. The Blue Lotus stands out not only for its gripping narrative, but also for its deeper exploration of cultural and political themes, making it one of the most acclaimed stories in the Tintin series. In one of the most poignant moments in the Tintin series, Tintin heroically rescues a young boy named Chang Chong-chen from drowning. This act of bravery not only saves Chang's life, but also marks the beginning of a profound and enduring friendship between the two characters. The rescue scene is not just a display of Tintin's characteristic courage and quick thinking, it also serves as a powerful commentary on the themes of cultural understanding and the breaking down of prejudices. Chang's reaction to being saved by Tintin is one of amazement and gratitude. Having grown up with the knowledge that his grandparents were massacred during the international crackdown on the Boxer Rebellion, Chang harbored deep-seated distrust and fear of Westerners. The Boxer Rebellion, which took place in 1900, was a violent anti-foreign, anti-colonial uprising in China that led to brutal reprisals by European powers. The atrocities committed during this period left a lasting scar on the collective memory of the Chinese people, and Chang's family was among those who suffered. In this historical context, Chang's surprise at being saved by a white person is not just a personal reaction, but also a reflection of the broader tensions between East and West during the early 20th century. The fact that Tintin, a Westerner, would risk his life to save a Chinese boy goes against the negative stereotypes that were prevalent at the time. This moment in the story is significant because it challenges these stereotypes and sets the stage for a deeper exploration of cross-cultural friendship. As Chang and Tintin become friends, their bond transcends the cultural and racial barriers that have long divided their peoples. Through their interactions, Chang comes to see Tintin not as a representative of the foreign powers that once oppressed his country, but as a kind-hearted and brave individual who values justice and humanity above all else. Similarly, Tintin's friendship with Chang deepens his understanding of Chinese culture and history, enriching his own worldview and making him a more empathetic and insightful character. Herge, the creator of Tintin, was known for his meticulous research and commitment to authenticity in his work. The character of Chang was inspired by Herge's real-life friendship with Zhang Chonggren, a Chinese artist and sculptor whom Herge met in the 1930s. Zhang helped Herge gain a more nuanced and accurate understanding of Chinese culture, which is reflected in the respectful and sympathetic portrayal of Chang in the Tintin series. The friendship between Tintin and Chang is, in many ways, a tribute to Herge's own relationship with Zhang, and it serves as a reminder of the importance of cross-cultural dialogue and mutual respect. The meeting of Tintin and Chang is more than just a plot point in the story. It is a pivotal moment that has a lasting impact on both characters. Tintin will never forget his new friend, and this friendship will influence his actions and decisions in future adventures. Through their bond, Tintin and Chang demonstrate that friendship and understanding can overcome even the deepest of historical wounds, making their story one of the most touching and enduring elements of the Tintin series. In The Blue Lotus, the character dynamics play a crucial role in driving the narrative. Tintin, our ever-curious and brave protagonist, is as resourceful as ever, navigating the dangerous streets of Shanghai with his characteristic blend of wit and courage. However, it's the introduction of Chang Chong-chen that stands out in this adventure. Chang, a young Chinese boy who becomes Tintin's close friend, is more than just a sidekick. He represents the human face of the political turmoil in China, and their friendship is a central emotional thread throughout the story. Chang's deep understanding of his culture and the struggles of his people provides Tintin and the readers with a genuine and heartfelt perspective on the events unfolding in China. One of the most prominent themes in The Blue Lotus is the clash between East and West. The story delves into the effects of imperialism, exposing the exploitation and suffering caused by foreign powers in China. The opium trade is a recurring element in the plot, symbolizing the destructive influence of Western interests in the East. Through Tintin's journey, Herge explores the theme of cultural misunderstanding and prejudice, while also highlighting the importance of cross-cultural friendship and respect. This theme is most evident in Tintin's relationship with Chang, which transcends the racial and cultural divides of the time. The Blue Lotus is set against the backdrop of the turbulent political landscape of 1930s China. The country was in the throes of Japanese invasion, and tensions between China and Japan were at a boiling point. Herge's depiction of these events was notably influenced by his friend Zhang Chonggren, who provided him with insights into Chinese culture and the socio-political situation of the time. This collaboration resulted in a more accurate and sensitive portrayal of Chinese characters and settings than what was typically seen in Western media of the period. The story also touches on the broader historical impact of imperialism in Asia, making it one of Hergé's most politically charged works. In summary, The Blue Lotus is not just an adventure, it's a profound exploration of cultural and political issues through the lens of Tintin's journey. The story challenges the stereotypes of its time, offering readers a more nuanced view of China and its people. Through its well-developed characters, particularly the bond between Tintin and Chang, and its engagement with real-world issues, The Blue Lotus remains a standout entry in the Tintin series. As we reflect on this adventure, it's clear that Hergé's work was not just about entertaining, it was also about educating and fostering a deeper understanding of the world. This story is a testament to the power of friendship, respect, and the fight for justice in a world rife with prejudice and conflict. As we conclude this exploration of The Blue Lotus, we invite you to revisit this classic tale with a fresh perspective, appreciating the layers of storytelling and historical context that make it so special. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth analyses of Tintin's adventures. And as always, let us know which story you'd like us to dive into next. And until the next one, adventure awaits.